How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Critically. I'm not critically. Oh my gosh. Welcome to another episode of Strictly Sports. I am B Wise. I was gonna let you introduce yourself.
I just did.
So we were talking about before we went live. What do the Cowboys need to add after the combine? We looked. So I was just getting Maul's take, and I don't know if you want to give your rundown of where you feel like y'all are at, and what are you gonna be looking forward to with free agency and everything coming up.
Well, I haven't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I haven't been the most prepared, but off the top of the dome, we need a linebacker. When Leighton got hurt, we never really had a true linebacker, so we might need two. We definitely need more beef in the defensive line. We've had one of the worst run defenses in the league, especially in big games. That was the blueprint for Dallas defense was to run the ball. Dallas had a top five pass defense because teams weren't passing it; they were running it. Um, so when you have a small defensive line and no linebacker, you know that's a cause for disaster. Um, I like Gilmore. I mean, he's 32, so he'll be another year older. We'll get Diggs back. Um, I do the safeties. They're okay. They're not great. So I think for defense, we definitely I think D line, run defense, and linebacker. Um, Offense, I don't know because we talking about we might lose our center. Uh, is Brandon Cooks is here? Is he? I don't know if Brandon Cooks
Let me
is
see.
under.
I'll check for you.
Michael Gallup. He has not been the same since that injury. So we definitely need a number two receiver. Need a running back. Tony Pollard did not get it done as the number one guy, and he might not even be on our team next year.
Yeah,
So we definitely. But see, running backs are easy to come. You can draft two good running backs.
it's a big draft for running backs too.
Yeah, you can draft two good running backs. But I would definitely say that O line and the wide receiver. Um,
Two of the deepest drafts for what you're looking at too.
yeah. So yeah, I like Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman because like I said, he's a punt returner. I don't even know who the hell our punt returners are.
Turpin, ain't it?
Oh yeah, Cavante Turpin. Yeah. So yeah, but I think Coleman will make a good number two. Um, and in free agency, man, Dallas is known for not signing free agents. They just
And
they believe in developing the players they draft. Where the past two drafts, Dallas has always been known to draft, do great when it comes to drafting players. But these last 2 years have not been good.
he restructured, so y'all paying him like 8 million this year. So I think this is the last year of his deal.
But who's it? Oh,
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cook. Okay, so I don't even know any linemen that are free agents, any centers that are free agents.
Um, Centers. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. I ain't at my computer.
Mm.
Center lineman free agents. I think it's a pretty good class of
Mm.
free agent linemen this year. All right, so free agency for the offense. That's offensive tackles. PFF. I want offensive line. Of course, y'all got one of the best tackles coming to free agency this year.
Hmm.
Tyron Smith.
Uh, I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's just he's injury prone. Um, he was a second team All Pro. I wonder if that was more so of what he did on the field, or more so of the name.
Yeah.
A lot of times these dudes make Pro Bowls and All Pro because of the name. But no, but I think he only allowed like one sack this year. So I think he had a good season, but he just can't stay healthy, man.
So
And
you
then,
got
the money that I don't know what type of money he's asking for, but he 30, what, 33, 34. You
yeah,
can't be making top dollar, and then you out for
yeah,
6 or 7 games.
right. So let's see. You got I just had it up. Where it goes? You got Jason Kelsey, which if he comes back, he's going back to the Eagles. Cody
But
Whitehair from
either the
Chicago.
Eagles or KC.
Yeah, that's true. Cody Whitehair from Chicago. Connor Williams from Miami.
We
Brian
already
Allen.
had we already had Connor Williams. I don't think he's gonna come back to Dallas.
Rams did release Brian Allen. Um,
Okay.
Mason Cole from Pitt. Andre James from Las Vegas. Aaron Brewer from Tennessee. Lucas Patrick is a guard from Chicago. Then they go into guards. Scott Queensberry from Houston's a free agent. Connor McGovern
We
from the
had
Jets.
Connor.
Yeah, y'all had him too. Tyler Lawson, y'all had him too, didn't you?
Who?
Tyler Lawson. Larson.
Nah.
Well, y'all had Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
Matt Hennessy, Will Clapp, Jonathan Harrison, Lloyd Cushenberry, Pal F-Line. Now you get to the people that's been. Tyler Biotis is an unrestricted free agent. That's y'all.
hmm
So you think you're going to resign him or you think he won't?
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what their plans are. Like I said, they want to take care of Lamb. You know, I'm sure they want to get Michael signed. Um, just don't know where the money's gonna be coming from. How much they got?
Because with the boost, y'all only had, what, $3 million in space? Or y'all was negative $3 million?
I don't know. I thought Dallas, if they restructure, well, they're not gonna
Yeah, y'all can
restructure.
restructure.
They're not gonna restructure. They're not gonna give Dak an extension. So
What, they going to franchise tag him?
no, he gonna play out the last year of his deal. Um,
What'd you think about that?
it's kind of a lose-lose situation with Dak because he is what he is. But
What's up, Bunny? We are.
then again, you lose him. Who are you gonna get for him?
You
So
talking about in this draft? In this draft, you can get you can get a Michael Penix.
I don't see him as
You get a JJ McCarthy.
you talking about Michigan quarterback?
Yeah.
Mm,
You can get a Jordan Travis in the late rounds because he hurt himself.
okay.
A Bo Nix, Spencer Radler, Sam Hartman, Joe Milton. It's a quarterback draft, brother. Not including the top ones, the Drake Mays, Caleb Williams, uh, Jaden Daniels, all them guys. So yeah,
See,
this might be the draft.
don't none of them guys stand out to me. I mean, Caleb Williams, but he ain't staying. I mean, he top 5, he will be out. I don't know much about Drake May. I know he was UNC quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about him. But
Let me give you a name. Kirk
huh?
Cousins. Kirk
Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he like a poor man's Dak Prescott. He only gonna do he only gonna take you but so far.
He not gonna throw that pick and lose y'all the game.
He ain't gonna throw the pick, but he's not gonna perform well on prime time. That man what he like 1 in like 12 in prime time games.
Would you rather have primetime Dak and no playoffs? I mean,
Hmm?
no playoff wins. Dak don't
Kirk
perform in the
Cousins only
playoffs.
got Kirk Cousins only got one playoff victory in his career, so Dak got more than him.
Who had the better team?
What?
Who had the better teams throughout their whole career?
Oh, Dak had to be. Well, hey, I'll give you that. Dak had a better team.
Uh, who else you got the veteran route? We'll get y'all Andy Dalton back.
He's a backup now. I mean, like, yeah, there's really no good solution. Dallas has really fucked themselves. To be honest, can I say fuck on here?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, they really didn't mess themselves up. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because like you said, if you draft a rookie, you got to develop a rookie. If
Mm-hmm.
you get a veteran, you got to deal with this veteran is probably Dak.
Yeah.
But like Even I mean, what? Unless you would trade for Justin Fields,
I mean, yeah. If you get Justin Fields, what you gonna get back? What you gonna have to return back for him? 'Cause, I mean, Chicago's just not gonna give him away for a bag of Skittles.
you can give me a first round pick.
Hell no. I ain't giving
What
them.
pick y'all got?
We got the like the 23rd or 20, like around 23, 25. Because we made the playoffs. We had one of the best records in the NFL, but we lost in the first round.
um, I don't know. That's up to y'all. What would y'all give up for Justin Fields? Would you give up Dak?
Huh?
Would you give up Dak for Justin Fields and a third round pick?
Will we give up a third? Like, will we give up Dak and a third round pick for Justin Fields, or the
Well,
other
actually,
way
they
around?
have to give you more. They have to give you more for
Yeah, I'm
Dak
about to
than
say they
for
have to give
Justin
us
Fields.
more because
Yeah,
I
they have to give you
mean,
more.
Dak has proven himself more than Justin Fields.
Justin
Granted,
Fields gives
again,
uh,
Dak has had a better team.
Justin Fields gives y'all a dynamic that I think y'all would dominate. The RPO in Dallas.
I mean, it don't matter. I mean, it don't matter we've had the players, we had the best players, we had best coaches. It's still like Trey said a while back. It's all about the culture. They have a culture identity crisis.
So who changes that? Who do you feel is gonna
I
change that?
mean, who you think?
Zimmer? You think it's gonna be Zimmer?
No. It's above Zimmer. It's
Jerry
Zimmer's
Jones.
boss. Huh? Yeah.
Jerry Jones.
That's what it comes down to. We didn't had the Mike Zimmer. We had Mike Zimmer's prodigy, Mike Zimmer's mentor, Bill Parcells, and Bill Parcells left because Jerry Jones got in the way.
So you think Jerry has to go?
Oh yeah.
Who replaces Jerry?
Well, I mean, he. I mean, when his time is passed, I mean, his son gonna run the team.
And how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, well, who you think taught his son everything?
I hope he learned differently. That's what I worry about. Dan Morgan and like Scott Scott Fitterer. Like but he didn't only learn from Scott Fitterer. He was in Seattle and he was in
Mm.
Buffalo and he came to Carolina in the last 2 years. Excuse me.
Well,
But
my thing is, what is Stephen Jones' mentality? Is he really trying to win Super Bowl, or is he
yeah,
trying
that's
to
what I
win
was gonna say.
headlines?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like I can't say Dan Morgan and Scott Fitterer. So I know we can't really say that he's Jerry. Like what you probably would know better than me from what you've read and seen from him. What do you feel he would come in and do?
Oh, Stephen Jones. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know because he has his little morning show where he talks every Monday. So that's not good to hear. But I don't know. I don't really know Stephen Jones' personality. I mean, he don't do interviews
So he
like his
little Jerry.
dad every game. But
Because his dad be doing them all.
yeah, well, yeah. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully he do learn and be like, all right, I'm not gonna do it like this. I'm gonna stay out the way. I'm gonna be an owner
Yep.
and let the people that I hire do their jobs, and they
That's why
evaluate after a certain amount of time. But
that's why I'm so happy we got Brant Tills and Dan Morgan. We got
mhm.
somebody that's gonna handle our salary cap, and we got a GM that's a scout. He's been a bottom scout, worked his way all the way up, and he's a Panthers player that went to one of our first Super Bowls. So,
Mhm.
like you said, y'all got the scouting. Y'all just need the culture. Y'all need like a Dan Campbell type if to
Yeah. Well,
come
yeah,
from
I mean,
somewhere.
but that's the thing. If you have a Dan Campbell type of coach, are you going to let him be a head coach, or is Dan Campbell gonna have to, pretty much be a puppet?
Um, I don't know. That's.
Yeah.
I think he could be
And
our
in my
coach.
opinion, I just don't think Jerry's willing to give it up because yeah, he's not winning Super Bowls, but hell, he's still winning headlines. The Cowboys are always gonna be on TV. They're the number one pro sport franchise in America. They're worth $9 billion.
Oh, welcome to the stage. Trigger,
Uh oh.
trigger, 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 trade.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
How you
What's
doing,
up?
brother? How you doing, brother? So we talking. It's about Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones, and if Stephen Jones more Jerry Jones. Um, what is the last thing you said? Cause I forgot what I was about to say when the trigger came in.
Oh, do you think Stephen, when Jerry's time is past, you think Stephen Jones will change the culture, or he'll do the same thing his daddy would do is doing?
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. What if Jerry made Jimmy Johnson GM or some kind of president of football operations?
Jimmy Johnson, I love Jimmy Johnson. His style is it won't work in today's time. The players are making too much money. Him being, that rah rah players ain't gonna go for it. It's
The
a
players
different
that y'all have
time,
now, but
huh?
you can build the players that y'all have now may not, but you can build a culture of the players that want to be around and want to play like that and build back what that was when y'all was at y'all apex.
I mean, I guess I don't think it worked. Like I said, it's a new age. These kids slash young adults, they don't do well. They don't do well with that type of that drill sergeant mentality.
That is true.
You
I
know,
mean, if he's just
you got to, huh?
no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Trigger.
I was just gonna say if he's just gonna be a GM, then probably would be a whole major concern about the whole, him motivating anything. If he's strictly in an administrative role, like getting football players and controlling personnel, I think it might be okay. I wouldn't. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about the whole coaching capacity. Like if he was on the sideline, then yeah, I don't think the players would respond to him like they would in the past. But if he's just in a general manager, football personnel, front office type role, I think that will work.
I mean, does he have general manager? Does he have general manager experience? I mean, just because you a head coach don't make you a good general manager. That's look at Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
What's going on, Bob?
I mean, I would take him over the ones we got in charge now.
Django reference.
Mm.
Him,
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I'd take Troy Aikman. I'd take anybody who's played the game, coached the game, over somebody who just sits up in the box and just finds a way to make money.
What's up, Wop Daddy?
Wop
I hear
wop.
you. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Hamburger.
Jerry's not gonna give up that
Spotlight.
title.
No, he's
I think
not.
he'll give it that spotlight.
He's
Yeah,
not. He's
and
not.
his son ain't gonna give it up either.
And to answer your other question too, I think that Stephen Jones will probably continue. So it'd be like a huge joke on us, right? I think Jerry Jones is out of there, and Stephen Jones will come in and do the exact same thing. That's what I
I,
feel like is going to happen.
I agree.
He already signed that. Y'all know he already signed that contract. Hey, look here, man. We'll give you the record every year. We'll fill the stadium, all that kind of stuff. You just keep it going like Jerry kept it going. Bless you.
Thank you.
Don't tell me they came back. The allergies getting you now, ain't it?
Oh damn.
No, I'm sick again.
Dang.
Mm.
Blessings, blessings, blessings.
And then before you got on here, Trey, Brandon was talking about how do you think Dallas is going to handle the draft slash free agency. I say, Dallas, they don't do jack shit in free agency. Um,
They
they've
really don't.
always, the past, Dallas has always been known for drafting good players, but these past couple of years, they haven't, hitting the ball with
I
that.
want our damn first round pick back for that Mozzie Smith draft pick.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, outside of Tyler Smith,
I
these
give you
past
Justin
3
Fields.
years. Huh? You said what, Brandon?
I said I give him Justin Fields.
No,
And
I'm
no.
sorry. Go
But
ahead, man.
I
No,
think
Miles.
if you give him Justin Fields, is CD Lamb gonna be happy?
no, but his
Mm.
mama better trash him like she did that when he out there throwing the ball away.
Mm-hmm.
She better say something too.
Oh, I
But
didn't
no, I
put
think
the.
Jerry says Dallas is going all in, and the first thing we do is lose Tyron Smith. So it's going great so far.
Mm-hmm.
However, I want to believe that when they say they're going all in, and they're going to be participants in this first wave of free agency, because that's where all the big dominoes will fall. People get franchise tagged. All the big name players get picked up, sign new deals, sign extensions, whatever. And then Dallas likes to come in later, and make these bargain basement deals and players that, are past their prime, who have been hurt a lot. I mean, that's just how they've been doing business over the last, I don't know how many years now. They've never been active participants, in that first wave of free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that will change this postseason because, again, Jerry said he wants to go all in. There's going to be a lot of players, more than I can remember in any other off season. There's going to be a lot of players available on both sides of the ball at all positions. And Dallas obviously could use some help, on the defensive side of the ball. We could use another receiver. Obviously, a running back because Tony Pollard, I don't see them franchise tagging him or extending him after the season he's had. And some argue that he wasn't healthy. And maybe now that he is magically after having a bad season, I don't know. But I like him more as like a change of pace back, not as a lead back. So
What's going on, Flash? What's up, brother?
I know Saquon Barkley is out there. Obviously, we talked about Derrick Henry. Josh Jacobs is another name that could be on
Saquon
the
said he want to go to Houston with
Oh
CJ.
shit! I forgot about Josh Jacobs whopping Trey. I forgot about him.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is out there. Saquon, Derrick Henry will probably be available more than likely. Austin Eckler, who I feel like is another. He's kind of like a Tony Pollard in terms of his stature. But I think he's a bit better of a pass catcher than like as a receiver. But yeah, I mean, it is a list of running backs. None of those guys are old. I think Derrick Henry will be the oldest one. And he's just 30. And obviously showing no signs of slowing down. And like you say, you ain't got to sign him to a long-term deal. 2-year deal, I think, would be good for him. And that will do wonders for our running game. Receivers, Mike Evans will be out there. There's been rumors that Dallas may explore the trade market for Stephon Diggs. I don't think that's going to happen, but they've thrown it out there because there's been tension reportedly in Buffalo. I really don't think it's as tense as people are making it out to be, but whatever it's worth, it's still a story. So we don't entertain it. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's interesting to think about Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb, catching passes side by side. You got Mike Evans, who I think Tampa Bay is going to try to keep. Along
Mike
with
Evans going to Baltimore or KC. He want the money and the ring.
You don't go to Baltimore, he ain't gonna get no balls thrown his way.
That's what I said. He don't want to go to Baltimore.
He gonna get 1,000. He gonna get 1,000. Baltimore get 1,000 easy.
That streak gonna come to an end in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
No, Baltimore and Lamar gonna have Mike Evans. He gonna drop a few, but he gonna catch him when you need him to. He gonna give you that one.
With Trigger. I just don't see.
He
If
gonna give you that
Lamar
one.
was that guy, he would have been had a top-notch receiver.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's nothing against Lamar personally. They just know that type of offense, you're gonna be blocking 60% of the time.
Yeah, that's a run heavy, run first offense right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they running backs always hurt.
Mm-hmm. That's why people like Antonio Brown and all those type of players, they didn't want to. Antonio Brown and Lamar, they tight as thieves, but he ain't catching no balls. So that's why.
There's two run heavy for any receiver.
So I'll give y'all that one. There. So what if Derek? Why would Derrick Henry or Josh Jacobs pick Dallas over Baltimore?
You said, well, I think they will pick Baltimore over Dallas.
Especially Derrick Henry.
Yeah, if it's run centric, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. It makes more sense. It's a better team, better culture, and a better chance of winning. You know, Derrick Henry. I like Derrick Henry. He's not the best pass catcher. He kind of gives off. He kind of tips the play off. If he's in the game, it's gonna probably be a run. When he's not in the game, it's gonna probably be a pass. um, but he's 30. You know, he's on the tail end of his prime. If he's still in his prime,
He is 2-year deal. That's all we need.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would get y'all. It don't matter with y'all because y'all can have if Derrick Henry get y'all line. It ain't getting stopped. Derrick Henry probably getting 1,500 yards.
Nah, he ain't getting no 1,500 yards. Hell no.
Derrick Henry getting 1,500 yards in the Cowboys offense.
No.
Yeah, especially if y'all get another receiver. If y'all go get like a Roma Duzier in this draft,
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be off the board before Dallas gets to him. I think
Derrick Henry
Dallas
probably he's gonna just
I don't know,
squeeze.
Trigger, because
with
Worthy.
Tyron Smith walking in free agency, they're probably gonna go with an offensive lineman on the first pick.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of offensive linemen in this draft. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So Trigger, you
I
think
feel
they're
it.
gonna move Tyler Smith back to left tackle, or they gonna keep him at left guard?
Get your Cooper
Overall,
BB and move it to tackle.
I like what he did at the position when Tyron Smith was out. You know, he wasn't terrible. Like I said, he's chilled at getting penalties and getting penalized for a lot of stuff. And I wasn't excited when we drafted him, knowing that he led college in penalties. But you know, I think Dallas saw something in him. I say it ended up being a pretty good draft pick.
Yeah.
But I could see him being at left tackle. If they keep him at left guard, they decide to go and actually draft a left tackle. You know, I won't be upset. Um, but I think Tyler Smith would be good in that role.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. What do you think about the linebacker position? We literally do not have a traditional linebacker.
Put Michael Parsons back at linebacker and let DeMarcus Lawrence and other edge rushers actually be edge rushers.
Do you trust Michael Parsons as a linebacker? Because he is a liability in the run game.
Well, I think they're going to shore that up. What I've been
I said
saying,
Peyton Wilson, Trigger.
Mike Zimmer is looking to get some big bodies
Okay.
to so that we don't get pushed around as easily as we did in the run game during the season. So I think whoever's on that defensive line is going to cause some issues for other teams.
Who the hell is
Y'all
that?
need a
But
y'all need a Tavondre Sweat. Hey, Tavondre Sweat from Texas
Wow.
goes to Dallas.
Who
He's
is that?
fast
Wow.
and he big, Trigger. He'll be like an
we
Aaron Donald
need
for
a
y'all.
few. We need a few of those. The way the season went last year, like everybody who had any inkling of a run game was getting 200 yards on us without having to do much. But you know, I mean, I like how they're playing Micah. You know, they're constantly moving around the line, different positions, and all that stuff. But at some point, you know, we got to stop doing what's sexy and what looks good, and actually go with what works.
Hey, Trigger. You know why I say Rome may fall to y'all because of that 4-2-2. He may go. Worthy may go before, and I think Rome Duze falls to y'all, and that work ethic that he's shown is going to be the building block of a culture. I think that he will bring there for y'all because I think he'll be a receiver that would push. Like he will push a culture of helping people get back in that mode of like, yo, we stay until we get it right. We stay until we get it right.
If he is available at number 24, 24, if he's still available, I think it'd be hard to pass up on. You know, it's
Y'all
almost
in a
like when
good spot
CeeDee
for a good
Lamb.
player.
It's almost like when CeeDee Lamb failed us, you know, a few years ago, and he wasn't supposed to be there. You know, we had our eyes set on drafting somebody completely different, and CeeDee Lamb just happened to be there, and it was just too good to pass up. So if
You
it's
want
one
to
of
know?
those scenarios, then you know I can't be mad at them for taking them because it is a position of need. I just think we need to address, you know, the offensive line and defensive line first, or linebacker, before we get into specialty positions.
But I said that's what the draft is deep and all that. I think This draft at 22 or 24, wherever y'all at, y'all can get whatever you want. I think this is gonna be a year we really see y'all scouting because Mousie Smith is not a good pick. Because the Cowboys, y'all have the benefit of always being good, so y'all can actually get good players. Y'all not getting the flashy guys that just popped up or who haven't been on teams. Y'all get like actually good, solid players, and that's how you build a team. I think Mozzie Smith was the one that kind of messed that streak up for y'all, but this is the year that we're gonna see who's scouting, or we're gonna see it's just so much riches there that it's gonna be like, all right, I like whoever it is. It fits a need, and we're gonna be happy about it, and we're gonna go win 14 games. I think that's what's gonna happen for Cowboys fans.
What, winning
Because
14 games? You talking about in a year?
yeah,
Huh?
y'all got a 14-win team, especially if y'all playing the NFC South.
Nigga, in 1 year?
Yeah,
Okay.
if y'all play the NFC South, y'all think about it. That's 4. Then you got the NFC East.
And also,
That's
you
like
got to remember,
4.
we won the division last year, so we going to have the toughest schedule in the division. So we win every division we play the division winner. And we also
That,
play
that,
the AFC North, where I don't think a team had a losing record in that division.
Nope.
but it's football. Football's fickle. It's year to year.
Mm-hmm.
It's week to week.
Dallas ain't winning no 14 games, Brandon.
Hey, I said Carolina's winning 12, so
Mm-hmm. And how that turn out for you?
we're gonna win 12 games.
Okay.
I'm almost ready to make the bet.
Mm-hmm. And then you turn the game off, right?
No, I'm rebuilding right now. We 2-1 in the preseason. I'm gonna
Okay.
drop
That's
the
what
video
I
here soon. I
mm-hmm.
rebuild the team.
Get off
Hey,
that
your boy
franchise
rebuilt the
mode.
Madden.
Hey,
Hey, I rebuilt the Madden.
does Madden still got that franchise mode?
Which one? Yeah, it's got the. You got the superstar. You got franchise.
Speaking of
Let's look at y'all
Madden, man.
schedule.
Definition of optimistic.
I'll give
Yeah.
y'all my. Let me look. I'll give y'all a real prediction for y'all
Oh,
schedule.
well, he ain't optimistic. This nigga delusional.
I'm gonna be sick if they actually win 12 games too.
Yeah. Optimistic is like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Delusional is Carolina
That's
Panthers
easy.
going to win the Super Bowl. It's
Hey,
a
nah,
difference.
that's easy. 10 pounds easy, bro. I'm
That's what
sure
I'm
that
saying.
this week.
Optimistic.
12 wins will be easy for us. All right, let's see. At home, y'all got the Giants. That could be a win. Commanders, Eagles, Saints, Bucks, Lions.
You all right, Trigger?
Nope.
Puff, pass. Puff, pass. You're messing up the rotation.
The Baltimore Ravens, the Bengals, and the Texans. Ooh, y'all got a schedule.
Yeah. They ain't win no 14 games.
Then y'all Giants, Commanders, Eagles, and 49ers, Falcons, Panthers, Steelers, Browns. Ooh, y'all got because the Panthers game gonna be rough. That's gonna be a rough game for y'all.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a I don't this is gonna be a rough season for Dallas next year. I mean, it's a rough 30. It's been a rough 30 years, but you know what I'm trying to say.
It's gonna be. This is gonna be the season to test y'all. Mike McCarthy playing for his job, like you coaching for your job.
Huh?
Um, Mike McCarthy's coaching for his job, so I think it's gonna be a little bit more aggressive with some things.
No. Yeah, Wap, you know
Yeah,
how
I could see him
I
doing
did
that.
my thing. I'm
I
sorry.
could see him doing that. Doing more, being more aggressive on certain things because he got nothing to lose. Like he knows. I think
But
on the
see,
inside, he knows that if this don't pan out the way it's supposed to, he's out of there.
so now here's
And
my thing. Is he gonna be
Dak
aggressive to the
playing for his
point where
future
he's gonna
too.
be like is he gonna be
Yep.
aggressive where he's gonna be like Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down 3 times in a row instead of kicking the field goal?
He
No,
just
I
might.
think it's gonna be more aggressive. Of instead of getting 35, I'm gonna get 56 and beat y'all by 20 and show y'all the power and not try to let an Arizona team hang around and beat us. Not let Carolina team hang around for a little bit and then them implode. I think it's
So
gonna be more dominant wins
here's my thing is if that was the case, why did he wait now? Why did he never do that?
because him and Dak are under the knife. This is him and Dak's both of them
Yeah.
gonna be in
When
this is yeah.
when
It
you
ain't gonna be
are
Mike
in a
McCarthy calm down and win the game. It's gonna be hey, we both need to go.
when you are in a situation where your back is against the wall, you become desperate.
Micah and
You,
CD playing for money too.
and you're doing things, or you start to do things that maybe you didn't think about doing before. That's just the nature of how that goes. Like if you've done everything you can, and all of a sudden somebody comes up to you and be like, "Hey, this ain't working. I'm giving you one last shot to get this right." Now guess what? You're gonna pull out all the stops there because it's like one, I get a chance to try this, and whether it works or not, I'm already on the chopping block, so it can't
Yeah,
get no worse.
yeah. I get
Mm.
5 minute
And then,
season.
and
It was
then
gonna.
two,
It is.
it always tends to bring out the best in people when you put them, under fire. So we could be getting the best of both worlds, or they might completely fold. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
you gonna see this
Jerry,
year.
this is a tactic by Jerry Jones to try to get them where he wants them to go. And that's NFC Championship, Super Bowl, somewhere in there. So,
And you got to
um,
realize Trayvon Diggs gonna be playing for some. Bland's gonna be playing.
yeah, we got
Gilmore's
a
gonna be playing.
bunch of guys,
They gonna be playing for something.
that are hungry on contract years or need extensions. That hey, if y'all want to stick it to Jerry for not being confident in you,
Hmm.
even though he has reasons to not be
Hmm.
confident in you, y'all go out there and have a good season, make it to the NFC Championship game. And you got to pay everybody.
Yep.
So you
Make
think
them,
that?
make them,
So
make them
you think
expensive.
you think that's gonna happen?
We never know. We gonna see. It's optimistic.
Again, I say I get what Jerry's doing. I get what he's doing, but like I said, the Cowboys
It
could
could blow up
completely
in his
fold.
face.
It might completely work against them. But I understand the goal behind it. Like I've been seeing reports saying that, we've been seeing after the Super Bowl, and they were talking about, Dak Prescott and this contract, obviously, and the Cowboys having to extend him and all that. But yet, I was seeing reports saying that, the Cowboys, well, Jerry in the front office was saying that they might not extend Dak, or they might not rush to extend Dak. They might make him play this last year out and see what he does. So he might not be getting that extension that we thought he was getting. But again, it remains to be seen. But again, I think this is another tactic by Jerry to, get the best out of his quarterback. Now, whether Dak answers the challenge or not, whether Mike McCarthy, who's in need of a contract extension, because I don't know if Mike McCarthy gets another head coaching job after this.
All right.
Maybe he
So,
does, maybe a coordinator. I don't know, but if they're playing for an extension, him and Dak, and the other guys are playing to get paid. They got all the motivation in the world to go out here, balls out, and do everything they can to get this thing done. But if they don't,
I mean, like I said, man, this whole, not resign to make them play tougher or play harder. Why haven't they been doing that now? Dak is not the fact that he doesn't play hard. Dak is a mental thing. He makes the same mistakes over and over. It's reading his pre snap reads. You can't. I mean, be you can't play harder in reading defenses. You either know it or you don't. And him playing harder is not gonna help him read defenses. I just don't. I mean, I agree, but I just don't think it's gonna mount up to nothing. They did the same thing with Jason Garrett, and look where that shit got us.
yeah, I don't.
But it leaves a good story, though. I mean, it's a good story. They'll
I
make the
wish
headline.
every year could be a contract year or a year to year type thing with the league because obviously we see guys get paid and then their play drops off. But when they're in need of an extension or they're about to get an extension, all of a sudden they turn up. They putting up numbers. All these things to justify getting the contract. But I wish every year for every player it could be a contract year.
Mm.
Like everybody who comes into camp, whoever's on that final 53-man roster, you playing for a contract. You are playing for your right to stay here, for us to invest more money in you for your performance. And I think we get some better results and some better play, some more consistent play. But because, that's not the case, that whole tactic ain't gonna work, but so much. only on a contract year. But this is perfect for Dallas because you got your quarterback and your head coach. You know, a lot of people say if you're building a football team in the NFL, two things that you have to have some kind of success is a competent head coach and a franchise quarterback. I think Dallas, I don't know if competent is the right word to describe McCarthy based on the things that we've seen him do over the last 4, 5 seasons now. Um, however, he's the coach. Dallas, Dak Prescott is the franchise quarterback. So we have solidified those two positions on the team. So the fact that both of those guys are going into a contract year is perfect, especially the way the season ended. I mean, it all lines up great. Now, Jerry ain't got to extend neither one of them until he sees some results. And that could be motivation for them to go out here and earn their money. Mike McCarthy to keep his job, for Dak to stay in Dallas and keep getting paid. Or, like you said, they could completely fold. And they could both wind up elsewhere end of next season. So
Only thing about the whole Dak not signing extension, that's more of a business thing because it's sounding to extension, which I still don't get. It will increase our salary cap to where they can restructure and all that good stuff. But but then on the backside, if he continues to do what he do, then you're stuck with him.
Yep.
So it's like a lose-lose situation. But then again, if you lose that, number one, you don't want to lose him for nothing. And then number two, who you gonna replace him with? Because Jerry Jones is 82 years old. He is not trying to rebuild.
Yeah, I get that, but
Hell, he don't have time to rebuild.
yeah, I think again Jerry he's being very strategic with this and trying to get the best out of his head coach and his quarterback by holding off these extensions. He's just not just signing them just so they can continue to be mediocre. These Juice out here airballing wide open threes.
What you watching?
Oh, this Knicks Cavaliers game. Juice out here ain't hitting nothing. And they
I
asked me if I
missed,
miss him in Miami. No, I don't.
I missed that. I'm watching the same game. Did y'all see the Boston game? Good God Almighty!
Mm.
Oh, that's
I'll
air.
tell you what. I really hope Boston's able to sustain that 3-point shooting in the playoffs.
They
Because if they
won't.
start missing, they're gonna be in a world of trouble.
Is that all they do is shoot through, live
That's
by the three,
all they
die by
do
the
is
three?
shoot three. That's it.
Who we
They
talking about?
probably end up beating them by like 40 something points because they got all the 3-point line.
Miami?
No, Boston how they shellacked Golden State earlier today. The boys is up 82-38 at halftime.
We can switch to the NBA on. Hold on, let's go. Let me make a new thing. NBA.
Oh no, you good? I just got sidetracked because I was watching the Knicks and Cavaliers. And I made a comment.
Oh, we good. We can make the transition. I got a great little thing to go with it. So, what's your thoughts? NBA and 40K.
LeBron, I mean, it's a good accomplishment. Are you asking? You think anybody is gonna come close to it?
I wasn't, but now I am.
I mean, I don't think in this generation. I think there'd be another once in a lifetime generation player. I know Kevin Durant. He might be the closest. I don't think Kevin Durant would get 40,000.
You
He'll
think
be
injuries?
close to it. Yeah, injuries, and he's what 35 already.
Let me give you a name. Luca.
Mm, I don't know because Luca don't take good care of himself. I don't see Luca playing until he's 40. I'm not even being funny. He don't take. He's already a little pudgy.
Hey, y'all better. Hey, LeBron. That game where they had to come back. Hey, LeBron showing y'all he holding it. He holding it back. I think. I think
Mm-hmm.
LeBron waiting for the playoff. He think they're gonna skate into the playoff like they did last year, and then LeBron is gonna be like, all right, now it's time to go get it.
He doing the Jimmy Butler.
And I think he need AD to go with him though. That's the only they gonna both have to go.
Mm.
But I think who y'all think coming flood the what? I mean, OKC.
I have no idea. The West, because see, all the good teams, they're young, though, man. I'm going to have to, shit. I'm going to have to
Denver,
either
Hey,
say the Clippers or
hey,
the
Trigger.
Nuggets.
We
Denver.
gotta rewind the tape, and we talked about how the West was. I think what we said, our prediction, the West is shaping up how we talked about it. I don't want to. We talked about it. We said the West is gonna be good. OKC, Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren's gonna be a great matchup going forward. But yeah, I think the NBA. I think they lucked out because they got good young matchups now. They are starting to shift the focus to like good younger teams. If y'all get what I'm saying, like Indiana. And I was looking at Caitlin Clark announced that she's coming out and looking at how the Fever is going to have a player now to go with Tyrese Halliburton and Pat McAfee. And I think Indiana is going to be the next big thing. And I'm going to say Indiana's coming out the East. Indiana coming out the
Okay.
East. I'm telling you that.
Are you talking about the Pacers or the Fever?
Pacers.
Okay, you went all over the place with that.
No, the
Okay.
Fever coming out once they get Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
No, Indiana's not coming out the East.
Hey, Trigger.
They
It's a
play
prediction.
absolutely. They play absolutely,
Yeah,
positively.
I don't think,
They can
I
score it
don't, I don't think
once they
Indiana's
learn
coming out
defense.
the East.
They can learn the defense.
It's gonna
I'm
be
They
telling you.
Boston. It's gonna be Boston or Milwaukee, one of the two.
All right, I'll tell you. Eastern Conference Finals. In Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana.
no, it's gonna be Miami.
I don't know.
I say Miami, man. Two people I will never distrust: Jimmy Butler in the playoffs and Coach Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley. It's just something about the playoffs. Miami's a different dog. Now
I
whether they
think
win it, but in the
y'all
playoffs,
right.
they just I've never seen nothing like that. I've never seen a player coach throughout the regular season and then flip the switch in the playoffs. I've never seen that before.
Because when Milwaukee get hot too, and Dame and Giannis and Chris Middleton figure it out, and Doc, they might go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because
Mm-hmm.
Doc can get you there.
You already know how I feel about Doc Rivers. That's why I ain't got Milwaukee.
They're gonna get there despite Doc.
Yeah, I already told you how I feel about Doc Rivers. You teams will give up three. They will lose 3-2 on purpose, and they'll have them right where they want
Oh,
them. Yeah, I'm still say Miami, man. Boston, Jay. I still don't trust Jalen Brown. He gonna do what he gonna do in the playoffs.
Boston's a
LeBron coming
better
out the
team than
West.
they were last year.
Yeah,
LeBron coming out the West.
I would say I
The
might do a
additions of Drew
repeat, man. I
Holiday,
might have Miami and Denver again.
the additions of Holiday and Porzingis was
Yeah, you're
huge.
right. I keep forgetting about that.
They are way better than they were last year.
Who, Boston?
With just those two additions right there, it don't matter what Jalen Brown do. Drew Holiday
So
and Porzingis, yeah, Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum gonna do what he do. Everybody gonna do what they do. But Porzingis, he is the X factor. He is the reason why they go the way they do. The
Mm.
fact that he can defend the rim, that he can stretch the floor and shoot threes, and he's shooting at a high percentage from 3-point range too.
Okay.
I'm telling you. I mean, like I said, if this team continues shooting the three the way they've been doing it, I really don't see anybody beating them. I really don't. This might be the year for them. This could be the year for Boston to finally get over the hump, get back to the finals, and actually win the finals if they play the way they've been playing. I think the only thing that stops them is if they go cold from 3-point range or injury,
Mm.
catastrophic injury to one of their star players. That's the only thing that's going to hold them back. Because they play defense. Not only do they put up a lot of points, but they also stopped other teams from scoring too. As you see, they held Golden State to 88 points today.
I got you.
So, yeah, they're one of the top defenses in the league. They shoot the ball. They shoot more threes than anybody. They make them at a high percentage. And that's the reason why we see them win so many games and score so many points. Um, but yeah, they're really a tough out. And they did that without Porzingis today. Porzingis didn't even play today. And
Mm.
they went out there and they absolutely destroyed Golden State. So I
Can we
think
say Golden
Boston.
State's good though?
I mean, no, they're not a good team, but how I mean, good or bad? How do you beat a team by almost 50 points? Well, how do you
But
up
ain't that
almost 50 points at halftime?
because that ain't Golden State ain't a good team.
Again, good or bad? How you down 50 at halftime? We ain't seen that with the Pistons or the
Well,
Wizards.
did,
Hey, leave the Pistons
didn't
out.
the Miami
They
didn't
are
Miami beat
two.
somebody with that G
They
League
are they
team?
are they are two of the worst teams in the NBA. But we ain't seen them
Miami
get
beat
beat by
somebody with that
50.
G League team by 20
Yeah, but
any
still,
given
I'm
night.
not. I guess so, but still, I mean, 82 to 38 at halftime. Even as bad as the Warriors have been, that's. I don't think they've had that many points. Like that's the least amount of points they had in the half all season. 38 points.
Are the Warriors dynasty coming to an end?
Yeah.
Is the
Absolutely, they're not
dynasty
the
over?
same team anymore. Klay Thompson is likely out after this season. He'll be elsewhere. It's gonna be a whole rebuild. And poor
You
Steph's
think
gonna
Klay
be.
Thompson go to LA with Brown?
It's a
Yeah,
possibility.
I hear rumors about LA. I heard rumors about Miami, even though I always hear rumors about Miami, but nobody ever goes to Miami. Um, but yeah, not a whole lot of teams. I mean, those are the only two teams that I
Could he be
heard of.
Bron's Ray Allen for another run? Came from the
Maybe.
dynasty. Came from the dynasty, got with Braun, and you hit the clutch shot they needed that one time. He could be the next Ray Allen for Braun in LA.
It could be. It's intriguing. I know he wants to stay in the California area too, from what I
Hmm.
understand. But we'll see.
And they've said it's trying to get Braun to Golden State. So it ain't no possible. It could be. Clay was like, "Yo, Braun, I'm coming, bruh. I'm gonna sit on the bench this year too. I'm gonna come off the bench, not put the wear and tear on my body, so I have a little bit of rest for next year."
Nah, he can't do that. He can't be sitting out for next year. They gon' nah.
I'm saying he coming off the bench, so he ain't doing like starters minutes.
Nah. I mean, he averaging 25 points per game. They ain't gonna take him off the bench for next year. No, hell no.
No, you think he ain't gonna come off the bench for next year? You talking about?
No, I'm saying I don't think he's gonna do that this year. To sit here and say, yeah, I'm just gonna pace myself for next year. Hell no. You know how that's gonna look.
Oh, I mean, but you know how for scores, how easy it is to score sometimes. Look at Trigger. Trigger can go out there and score 83 points all game, but sometimes he want to make it interesting. We seen it happen live.
Mm-hmm.
I can go out there and make $32 million a year and give you 25 points a game.
And what?
Pickleball.
I'm about to say.
Pickleball. But I got to get ready for football. I'm supposed to be playing football, but I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know.
Spring
I
ball.
get it. Yeah, super social. But I don't. I got LeBron coming out of the West.
You got the Lakers going to the finals.
Yeah, against Dame and Giannis after they beat Miami in the Eastern Conference Final.
You got the Bucks and the Heat over Boston.
Yes.
Hold on, let
Yep.
me just ask him a question, Trigger.
Something that got nothing to do with what we're talking about. Trying to stay on subject, sir. Who knows? I don't know. I feel like you should. I felt like that last year, but you just don't know anymore. You gotta wait and see. Um, what was I about to say? Yeah. So yeah, I think Boston has the most complete team in the East. I think Denver has the most complete team in the West. And you got the Lakers going into the finals. So the last 8 matchups between Denver and LA, guess how many games LA won?
None.
2 points for Brother Miles. You talking about, Dak Prescott and his mistakes being mental. I think the Lakers have a mental hurdle in trying to get past the Nuggets. I really think that they live rent free in the heads of that Lakers organization. And the way that I watched those guys play last night against LeBron, after he scored 40,000, almost like they didn't care. Like it meant nothing to them or the game of basketball, how they went out there and absolutely handled those guys when it came down to it. I mean, I love watching Jokic play, man, because, like I said, he can do it all. He can score, he rebounds, pass, and the man is a walking triple double. But I think one of my favorite parts about his game is the fact that when he passes the ball, it always leads to a shot or a score. He always sets his guys up to where they can go into a basket. Like it's not a pass, and then the guy catches the ball, they got to make a move, and then they get like no, he the alley oops, backdoor cuts, open three. Like when he passes the ball to guys, they have a shot opportunity. Like his passes lead directly to shots. That's what I love the most about his game. Like every time he passes somebody, they're shooting the ball. They don't have to do anything to get themselves the shot off. He does all. He takes all the work out for him. He gets to his spots on the floor, and when the defense collapses, he finds the next open guy, and they have a wide open shot. They have a alley. Him and Aaron Gordon, like at the rim, the alley oop passes. It just second to none in the league. And like I said, the dude is a walking triple double. So he's gonna give you about 7 to 10 assists a game. He's gonna get you about 10 to 12 rebounds. He's gonna get you 25 and 30. And ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. He's unstoppable. There's not a big in the league that could guard him and slow him down. I don't see it. I don't think there's a person who can take that challenge and hold him in check. I just don't think that exists. And he has a solid team around him. Some guys who are physical, some big bodies, guys who can shoot from outside as well. Aaron Gordon ain't a great shooter, but he can stretch the floor. You got to respect it. Michael Porter Jr., I feel like he is more of a shooter than Aaron Gordon, but a lot of times he don't be hitting shots the way I expect him to. But when he is on fire, he's on fire. He can stretch the floor, obviously. Jamal Murray, my goodness. I mean, him and Jokic, like they are such a dynamic duo. They play off of one another. Like the same way Jokic can give you 30, 10, and 10, Jamal Murray can drop 25.
Yeah.
Easy. But he's a tough out too. So I mean, they just have a really nice squad, and they got a couple dudes who come off the bench who contribute, and that's really all you need. But I think in the West right now, the Nuggets have the most complete team. They're a veteran team. They're a seasoned team. The other teams that are good, like OKC, Minnesota, they're young. I just don't think in a 7-game series they would beat, a veteran, experienced Denver team. They'll give us some highlights. They'll make it fun and competitive, but I just don't see them beating the Denver Nuggets in a 7-game series. Those two teams specifically. Really anybody, honestly. I think that nobody really stacks up to Denver when it comes to a 7-game series. I don't see any team in the West beating them in a 7-game series. I just don't. The Nuggets have everything. They got size. They got an interior post presence. They got exterior shooters. They got a bench. They got a competent coach. And everything runs through Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. And like with the Boston Celtics, the only thing that's going to slow the Nuggets down or level the playing field is if a catastrophic injury happens. Other than that, I really don't see anybody dethroning them in the West. Now, I could see a Denver Nuggets Boston Celtics NBA Finals. And I would actually have a hard time picking who will win that series. 7 games.
Mm.
But that would be my prediction for the NBA Finals this year. I'm gonna go Nuggets Celtics, and
Nuggets
I'll let you
Celtics.
know how many games and who wins. I think on it a little bit.
I got you. I got
I
you.
said Bucks Lakers. Who you got, Moss? What's your breakdown?
Heat Nuggets.
Don't be basic. Don't be a basic. Don't be basic with us right now.
No, the Heat had. How is that basic? The Heat are what, the 60?
They
I'm
got a
just sitting
chance
there
to
saying, man. Like I said, for the West, I don't trust those. I don't trust OKC, Minnesota. You know, they're still young. They don't know. They don't know any better. I still think Denver is still gonna be the top dog in the West. And for the East, you know, I just Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley. There's just something about Miami. They turned that switch in late April. Um, they just they ever since COVID, they made at least the conference finals. What, 3 out of the 4 years or 4 out of the 5 years?
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. Like, man, they're a different team in the playoffs, man. Um, I just I just don't doubt Miami. So, and I don't really see, like I said, Boston. I mean, Boston might, but like I said, I don't. Like I said, the Bucks. I don't trust Doc Rivers. I don't trust Doc Rivers. He is the Jerry. He is the Mike McCarthy of the NBA. What can go wrong will go wrong with Doc Rivers. He is a mediocre coach. If it weren't for that one magical season, he would be a mediocre coach.
I hear what y'all saying about the experience, but experience works both ways too. You don't know what you don't know. So you don't know that you're supposed to go into Dallas and not win this series in 6 games. Like it could
Right?
work. It
You right?
could. Hey, Shy ain't that young. He been around. He took Virginia Tech to the Final Four March Madness. I think they get a lot of experience in that too. So
He went to Virginia
I,
Tech.
yeah, he went to Tech.
I didn't know that.
He went to Tech for the year he came out. I know for sure. Took him to the last time I remember Tech going to the tournament and doing something.
I didn't know
But
Virginia Tech. I didn't know Virginia Tech made it to the Final Four.
I don't think it was Final Four, but I think it was.
I know they made it to the Sweet 16, and that
That might have
they
been it.
lost to that. They lost to Zion's Duke team. I remember they missed the open alley oop, and they would have beat Duke, but he missed the. Somebody missed the wide open alley oop. Um,
That might have been it.
that might have been it. Was that 2019?
Yeah.
So
But yeah, Doc, y'all right. Doc concerns me. And
I,
Yami Yaquez Jr., I think, is going to turn it on in the playoffs, Trigger.
who?
I think the rookie's going to turn it on for Miami. He's going to turn it on in the playoffs. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank
So, yeah, but I just worry about getting RG out of it.
you.
Because you go against Denver. Miami is not beating Denver in the final. Denver's just going – they just – like
Too
Trigger
big.
said, they got the size to just –
Too big.
in Boston with Porzingis now, I think they got the size too.
That's what I'm
Because
saying. They're a better team. They're a bigger team.
and Drew Holiday meaner than Tyler Hero, so on
Yep.
defense. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, and all that's good, but it still comes down to the two stars. The role players, they'll get you. They'll do what they're supposed to do. They'll get you there. But if the stars don't do what they're supposed to do, it ain't gonna matter.
It's
so who
really
you
Jimmy
taking?
Butler versus
Huh?
Yeah, you
Jason
take
Tatum, Jalen Brown, and Porzingis.
Yeah, I would take Jimmy Butler over Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown in the playoffs.
but okay, but I think Jason Tatum can even out of Jimmy Butler
He can
now.
what?
I think he can even out of Jimmy Butler. Like Jimmy Butler can go and get 40, but Jason Tatum gonna have 38. So like triggers, I think it's gonna be yes, it's gonna come down to stars, but it's gonna come down to people out there. Is Tyler Hero gonna give this? Is a Max Strus gonna give you 6 threes when you least expect it? Like, are you gonna have all those same plays that you had to get you out of some of these things, especially when Jimmy rolled an ankle? I don't know if you're gonna have that with all these teams. You have to face a Giannis and Dame. You're gonna have to face the Celtics. You have to face the Knicks. You're gonna have to face I don't know if the Magic good anymore, so I can't say that. You have to face the Cavaliers, the Pacers. It's the East has got a little bit going on in it, I think, too.
Well,
And
I
y'all let me know
definitely
if I'm
like
wrong
what
on
they're
that.
doing. I don't think. I mean, yeah, Boston's doing his thing, but I really can't say they're clear cut favorites. It's not the year where it's Golden State versus the field. I think anybody in the West can come out. Um, and then the East. Yeah, Boston and Milwaukee, but you got Doc Rivers, and then you got Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Late in the playoffs, they tend to, I don't know if it's due to fatigue, but they don't show up when they need to.
But I think Drew Holiday and Porzingis are going to take over in those moments and show up for when one of them goes out. They have like you say, stars, like sub stars that can take over, and Drew Holiday can take over, and I think can guard a Jimmy Butler. I think Drew and Jimmy could go at it, like so. I think
And don't forget, Drew Holiday is a champion, so he brings
He
yeah,
experience
yeah,
to that Boston team as well too.
and
They
he's
know
going to
them
know how to
tricks.
beat that Milwaukee team. He's going to know how
Yep.
to say, "Hey, this is what you do to Giannis.
Well,
This is how
Brandon,
you mess
it
with
ain't
Giannis."
it ain't it ain't no secret what you do with Giannis. You just clog the paint up and foul him.
But now he got
But do
Dame
you
to where
do that? I'm
Dame
about to
can.
say because you got Dame now, on the outside, so
Yeah,
maybe that's not the game plan anymore.
Well, we're gonna
because
see
you got
because
Dame and
Dame
Chris
has
Middleton.
proven Dame is another person in the playoffs who's not proven himself. So he's gonna have to show up too. He been absent in the play. I mean, other than those two shots in the
The
playoffs,
walk off, baby. That walk off
yeah,
was
other than
And
those
that's
walk
why I
offs,
put
he
Boston ahead of Milwaukee because right now Milwaukee's trying to figure out who the alpha is. Everyone trying to get Dame to be that guy, and Dame just like they trying to pass the
it's like
reins to
Miami
him,
when
and
they
he act
lost to Dallas.
like he don't want it or something. I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah.
they're trying to figure out who's gonna lead the team. Until they
Mm-hmm.
get
yeah.
that straight, they ain't going nowhere. They still have yet to put it all together. And we're getting
But
late in the
like you
game
just,
here.
but like y'all just said, Trigger. Now, if you clog the paint and you got Chris Middleton and Dame on the outside, and a Pat Connaughton, I think they got Pat Connaughton still. Like you got shooters now to where you right that won't work, and I can see on paper this should be a good team. But why do y'all feel it hasn't had that alpha per se come out, or they learned to?
It's a
Well, can
mental
any
thing.
team learn it? Because look at Braun and AD. I mean, that's tough. Luca and Kyrie, I think, going to it too, and Jalen and Jason Tatum. I think they go through it. I think a lot of these teams go through it when you get to go through it when you get the stars and like who leads and all that. So I think it's tough.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I just think it's a mental thing is why it hasn't worked out so far. Just like I said, they're still trying to figure out who the leader of the team's gonna be. Like they want Dame to be the guy, but Dame's like resistant because he feels like it's Giannis's team. So it's like
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
they're
should be
going back
Giannis.
and forth. And that's
To
what I think.
me,
I agree too. But I feel like they're putting this pressure on Dame for him to be the guy. I don't know how that's gonna bode, in the playoffs. Because if they don't win, it's like okay, they gave Dame the reins and the Bucks fall short. Like, does he get the blame for that? And is Dame trying to protect himself from that?
But
That's why he's being so resistant towards the idea of that team being his rather than Giannis.
let
So
me ask y'all a
the
question.
Bucks are trying to sort all that out, and trying to figure out who's leading who. So I don't know how far that's going to get them in the playoffs.
Based on history, should Giannis give it to Dame? Because when we saw in the past when D Wade gave it to LeBron and when Steph gave it to KD, it'll work for the time it's here and get us
no,
what we need.
because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That was it. That was about
No,
it.
because Giannis is the better player infinity times over.
I
Giannis
get
is
that.
7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Outside, and I know this is kind of stupid to say, outside of shooting, Giannis has no weakness. The man is
But in the
7 foot
playoff,
tall and he could literally go to the basket in 2 steps if he's half court.
Yep.
He's a defensive player of the year. Giannis should be. I mean, hell, he making what 300 million. It is his team.
Yep. You cannot be the best player on the team and try to give up control
Yeah.
or whatever.
so
When
Dame
the
should play
game
D
was
Wade
D
and Steph
Wade and
Curry.
LeBron, D Wade was a pit bull, and he was showing LeBron this is how you
Yeah.
lead.
Yeah,
So it was
LeBron the better
always,
player.
I mean,
Yes,
it
your
was gonna
team, LeBron.
always be LeBron's
Whoever the
team, but
better
he didn't know
player.
how to lead. So D Wade showed him the first year, and then he was like, all right, little bro, this is how you do
It's on you now. Yeah.
it. And you got to remember, D Wade won a championship. Dame, what has he won?
So maybe is this Giannis mentoring Dame to say, hey, this is how you lead? Why don't we do it
No,
that
he
way?
don't need to be mentoring Dame how to lead.
But no,
Giannis need
he
to
do.
lead.
No, I know that, but Giannis can lead, but he can show Dame how to lead. So you don't look at it as a one alpha. You look at it as like a one and a 1A, or like a 1B really, because Giannis has the championship. Giannis has the. I've been through it. So y'all right. So I think Dame maybe should take the back seat.
I
But
mean,
maybe who's to
yeah.
say Dame isn't?
I
And I
mean, yeah,
think that's what they're
I
struggling with.
don't, yeah, I don't see how Dame, and I mean, I don't, I never had a conversation. Dame don't even know I exist. I don't see how Dame could feel like he's the alpha.
Yeah.
Um, he doesn't have, I know Russell. I know the only person I saw who did that was Russell Westbrook when he thought he was better than Kevin Durant, which we all know that won't.
And James Harden thought he was.
Yeah. But I think Dame has enough common sense to know, all right, Giannis, this is your team. But I mean, it's like a marriage. The husband is the head of the household, and then the wife, helps out.
No.
In most
It's
marriages, Trigger.
strictly sports. Strictly sports. It's strictly sports.
Yeah.
It's strictly sports. But all right, let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. So, what is it if it's like Dame is like, all right, I want Giannis to go. I want Giannis to get the points he's getting, but what if he's sacrificing? Yo, I could have 30 points based off what they showing Giannis, and I don't want to do it because I feel like I'm gonna ruffle a feather. And again, like you said, we don't know nobody. We just speculating. We just having conversations. This is just
I don't think
entertainment. It
Giannis.
ain't.
I don't think Giannis is that player where if Dame is
Yeah, I don't.
getting buckets, he gonna be like, nah, I'm not. I think Giannis wants to win. He wants to win.
I think he wants to. He don't care what it is.
He don't care what it is. He wants to win. He's from where is he from? Greece. He
Yeah.
has a different mindset than most American players. He don't even want to be the face in the NBA from what he said. So, um, I think yeah, I just think I don't think that's the issue. I think Doc Rivers is gonna be an issue.
Y'all think Doc want to be the alpha?
It don't matter what Doc want to be. Doc need to stop fucking being so goddamn
Oh, whoa.
stubborn and fucking change the game plan at halftime when the shit ain't working. And
You sound like a Bucks fan.
learn how to do fucking adjustments. That's what.
All right, Trigger. You gonna answer? Y'all gonna answer Flash's comments on?
No, Trey already answered. He said he ain't know.
Yeah, I answered already.
I'm sorry. I might have been muted then.
Uh,
Oh, Brian. So I know you said you wanted to talk about Cam, about what happened with Cam.
Cam.
hey,
Oh, Cam.
I'm done. Community service, and after that, I'm him.
Yeah, I don't get these kids, man.
I ain't doing
I
nothing else.
saw I saw Cam Newton in Atlanta a couple years ago at the food court in the mall. That's a big motherfucker, dog. That is an enormous human being. Cam Newton is every bit of 6'6", 250. What made them think that they could whoop Cam Newton's ass? I don't know.
Pride. Pride
That
is
is
the devil.
yeah, and he, one dude had a clean shot on cam, connected, and it looked like he didn't even
It didn't
phase.
phase him. It didn't phase him.
But
He
I
threw
don't
my
know,
man,
man.
bro.
I don't get why these kids want to disrespect Cam. Like I said, I don't know Cam personally. I saw him one time, but if this was Peyton Manning, this would not have happened. I don't understand why this stuff he's giving back to the community. He's doing stuff with the community, and these kids still want to disrespect him. Talk about what
Unfortunately,
happened. There's a video they clowning him because he didn't perform well in the Super Bowl. And I'm sitting there thinking, but he was a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl. Like I can understand if he was, a senior and he was a fifth string quarterback on a JV team, but this nigga was a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl. Like, how can you talk shit about him? But Cam better than me. And I be like, fuck y'all niggas. I'm rich. I ain't got to do this.
that's exactly the attitude I would have after that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do nothing for nobody.
Yeah.
Don't know
Yeah.
how to act. Always us.
Yeah, I agree.
Always us. That's why people never take us serious. We always crying and about rights and having certain things and whatnot, and then we turn around and do stuff like this to our own people.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Not a good look.
It's not.
But for Cam to get jumped the way he did, he handled himself very well.
Yeah. He didn't even throw a punch.
That's the thing. He didn't throw a punch. And the fact that the other guys did, and it was three of them, made them look even weaker.
Right.
It's like, one, there's more of y'all, and there's only one Cam Newton. And two, y'all didn't do nothing to phase
Right.
me at all. Like, not even a little bit.
Like Cam won't even mad. Like
He
when
made
they
y'all
broke
look
stuff
super
up,
weak.
when they broke stuff up, Cam was just as calm. And it's just like I don't know what them guys are thinking. But yeah. Or a good look trigger.
Mm-mm.
My bad, fellas. I'm here. I was going to the bathroom.
But like I said, if
So,
this was Peyton Manning camp or Eli Manning camp, that shit would happen.
so the
Nope.
backstory and why I think it was set up is because you posted a video. It was like Cam can whoop me, Cam can whoop me before all that. So, all right, that's weird. He used to coach on his team, so you know who Cam is. You know he gonna be there. You know how to get under his skin. You know how to talk to him and do all this kind of stuff. So when y'all do all this kind of stuff, y'all get it started. Cam's there. It's like, man, I ain't trying to fight. I ain't trying to fight. He break it up. Then y'all just try to jump him because you thought you had him. You snuck him and you missed, and he just took your whole manhood from you.
Well, no, he didn't miss
Both of
it.
y'all.
It didn't affect Cam.
I say miss because it didn't affect him. So that's target miss.
Oh, okay,
Like
I get what you're saying.
target, you missed what you was trying to do, and he had
Okay,
both of
yeah.
y'all. He had both. He took you by your hoodie, bro. It was like if he would have grabbed you by your hoodie and he would have had me under his arm. That's what I felt like that would have looked like. What was you expecting in this video of everything? And you go on a podcast and say it was Cam Newton's fault. The next day you already scheduled for a podcast in New York, giving your whole side of the story. Like, come on, yo. Wow, come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Y'all embarrassed. Y'all thought y'all was gonna do something and y'all got embarrassed and it turned bigger than what y'all thought it was and then it started messing up your money for your company. And now you wanted to shift the blame because you can probably try to sue Cam to say some kind of injury or you trying to say lost weight. I don't know.
Shit, they
It's
need to
just corny
sue.
to me.
They need to sue
Corny.
because they lost their fucking pride. Lost their
Like
dignity.
Mashika Hat's stock should go up because that hat did not move. That hat did not sway. That hat was in place.
Yeah.
And they said
That's
Cam
it.
was smiling.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
just,
He
he
was
just
so
made the
calm.
other guys
He
look
wasn't
weaker.
even mad.
Yeah.
But like
Knocked
I
the
said,
man's
like
hat off.
watching Cam on TV do you no justice. You have to see that nigga like up close. That is a large human being.
Gotta go
Like
see him in
Trey is every
fellowship.
bit of what 6'2", 220 pounds. Trey is a big man. Put him aside Cam Newton, he'll look like WAP.
I used to work with a dude that's 6'7",
Yeah,
and I'm like, and I look at that and I think about Cam 6'6", 250. Be
yeah.
like, yeah, yeah.
And then he had on some platform shoes on, so he looked even taller. I don't know what the fuck Cam had on that day. It was August. This nigga had on a coat. He had
Hey,
on
that's my quarterback, bro.
a short sleeve shirt, a coat, and some skimpy biker shorts. But that's another story for another day. But yeah.
All right.
But look, fellas, we'll have to cut this short. My phone about to die. I gotta put this back on the charger. I'm gonna head on
All right,
out. Trey, you get
all
better,
right, brother.
man. Like you ready to go to sleep right now.
Yeah, Trigger. Hey, y'all get y'all last words in, cause Trigger look, he's doing
Cowboy
pledge
fans,
allegiance
don't
right
get
now.
your hope up next year. You be right in the same boat. Don't let Jerry convince you with his lies.
I ain't believe nothing Jerry say until I see us go all in. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
the hell that means.
Carolina getting 11 and a half to 12 wins next year,
11 and a
depending on what
half.
we do
How
in
the
the
hell you
draft.
get 11.5 wins, Brandon? It's
I'm
either
Vegas.
it's
He's
11 or
sports
12.
betting. He's sports betting.
I'm sports betting.
Oh,
A tie is half win.
okay.
But yeah, all right. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Right.
Later. All right, fellas.